ever, and welcome back to whyuce podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Puni Moa.
And I'm your queen.
Cheer! Welcome back, queen.
What's up? What's up?
Man, this week has been a busy one for us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Too damn busy.
Real. Anyways, for the newcomers or the new listeners, man, our show, whyuce podcast, is where we dive into hilarious world comedy. You know, it's just perspective from us American Samoans. You know, our perspective of things that are hot or viral topics and even boring topics. We like to share our own input on that. You want to add anything else about our podcast, Queen, or did I cover all that?
You covered all, and sometimes we like to uplift people all in one, jokes and all.
Hello. We try to be inspirational, educational, you know what I'm saying? Ignorance. Like, you name it, that's us. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold us accountable for it, y'all. We just, trying to entertain y'all listeners. And of course, we always like to thank our 26 listeners, faithful listeners. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's better than one. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all the faithful listeners, man. El Banger, whyuce, Oos Guru, you know what I'm saying? Shoot.
All the oos.
All the oos, man. Ben Jeezy. My oos Ben Jeezy, who I know as Ruckus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of these bros, these Usos, you know what I'm saying? Soli Us was able to come on our platform twice, and he's working his way on trying to make more shows. And the other brothers, they're pretty busy, but eventually they'll get on. It'll be fun to talk to them. And also our Uso Alki out there at what is that? Area code 206, right?
206, yes.
Northwest. Shout out to y'all, fellas. Oh yeah, man, I can't even forget, man, my boy Taz, who came up with the whyuce name. Right now he should be on the plane, or he probably landed safely in American Samoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, he should be at home safely.
So congratulations, Grandpa.
G Paul. Paw.
For real, man. Man, it's good to have. You can never forget the WEFOBZ. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna forget about WEFOBZ. Man, shout out to Guys So Smooth.
Guys So Smooth, Chief Lod.
Chief Lod. And who else we got there over there? Afa Uso and my man Rastaman. Oh yeah, and also Gray. Gray, we haven't forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the listeners and our supporters. And we're just gonna get it going, y'all. whyuce is a place where laughter is the best medicine. So we just gonna get this cracking. So Queen, for us being islanders, when you start every conversation, what are one of those topics that or one of those saying that you're so used to hearing? For me, it's like, hey, oos. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the call out? how they start the conversation with you when you hear it, or sunga, or
or wah. So the wah means so many things.
It's like, can I get your number, or where are you from?
Hey, Puni Moa, not only do you ask, you greet someone, but you greet them with your eyebrows, your eyes, your head.
For real, the actions with no voice. Exactly, man. So these calls out there, because out here in America, we're so used to like, hey, how you doing? Made me think about like, what are some that we have over here that's one of those introduction, even like just strangers when you pass on by, they tend to say like,
some strangers don't even make eye contact with you.
Well,
as soon as
go ahead.
But that's the way you come. I guess we Islanders communicate sometimes is once you see from a distance, oh man, a Polynesian person or a Pacific Islander, you just look at them, and all of a sudden when you get closer, you just look up the sky or look down the floor or look to your right, look to your left, and keep on walking. But you really want to say, wow.
Oh, man. Shoot. Those are like the ghost whisperers, I guess. Too proud to even like acknowledge you and stuff. which is hey, to each its own. What about if we related to here in America, you know how a lot of times I get like, how's it going? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that right there, how you doing? Or how's
Mm-hmm.
it going? It tends to make me at times think like, because I get in the habit of be like, not much. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at work, they'll be like, how's it going? And my response is, I'm here. You know, like shoot, how are you supposed to answer that? You know, that's just like a saturated greeting.
Yes, you
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 know
are
what I
so
mean?
right. You're so right. Because a lot of people say what you say. I'm here. I'm alive. Another day. It's just another day. But really, it's crazy because some people, when they actually ask that, you know what I do when I want to just kill their time and shock them. I just stand there. Well, actually, thanks for asking. Today, just keep on going. They're just looking at me. I really didn't want to have you answer my question. Just keep on going. It's just a formality.
For real. So you the smart ass ones, huh? The ones that like just hey, that's actually intelligent because you're like, well, you're asking me the question, how am I doing? So I'm gonna, respond in a okay, that's what's up. Yeah, at time I get that. Even just strangers, especially when you're like shopping at a grocery store, just anywhere. You just have
Mm-hmm.
that eye contact. It's not mainly well, it doesn't matter what race you are because everybody's pretty much whoever's Americanized and grew up in America. That's the proper way. That's a respectful way. How's it going? You know,
Yep.
and
How's your day? Mm-hmm.
mhm. And can we agree that most of the time, a lot of us that when we're having a bad day, we really want to be like, man, just leave me the hell alone. Like, what do you think my day's going like? You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Mm-hmm. Or they just don't say nothing at all and keep on walking. That says a lot. But you
But you
try to be nice in the workplace.
right, workplace or even like yeah, especially workplace. Okay. So are there any have you experienced or heard some cool response to, to counter the greeting of how's it going?
Hmm, that's a good question.
Mm.
No,
Well, while you're thinking
but
about it, I have
mhm,
one. I have one that I really like. It's from my man Dave Ramsey. Better than I deserve.
um,
Mm. And there's not a lot of people. I mean, if you don't tune into Dave Ramsey, you wouldn't get it. But I remember one time I was working at this plant, and my supervisor, who happened to, greet me with that. Oh no, I actually greeted him like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he said, "Better than I deserve." Trying to act all smooth about it, and I'm like, "Hey, bro." So I see you listen to Dave Ramsey. He had that
uh-huh,
shocking look. And I'm like, "Oh, so you thought you were smooth? Thought you were, you said it out of, you smooth with that." He started laughing. He's like, "Oh, you got me. You listen to Dave Ramsey?" I'm like, "I wouldn't be working there if I didn't." You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
I'm like, you ignorant mother effer. I'm just,
He thought you were ignorant.
yeah, well, shoot. Sometimes I just like to surprise people who think they know more than you do, especially the color of your skin. So
Hmm.
it is what it is. But yeah, so have you? Can you think of one?
No, I just hear the comment when some people always, a lot of people say blessed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
glad to be alive. Yeah, but I like the one you just mentioned, from
Dave
Dave
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
hmm Better than I deserve. So there you go, folks. Man, if you haven't heard that, you can always reply with that answer, and you can think, whyuce pod? There's another one. One more before we move on to the next one. What about they say, go ahead and ask me, Queen. Let's prompt this out. Ask me like how am I doing? I'll respond to you.
How are you doing?
None of your motherfucking business.
Well, then go about your day, little punk.
Hey, I have received a few of those though too.
I'll be like, well, screw you too, Mr. Negative Attitude.
For real, I'll be like, whoa, 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 man, you woke up on the good side of the bed there, buddy. And they're like, F you. Oh shoot, my bad, Queen. I didn't mean to just put that on you.
Don't worry about it. I get that a lot.
That's true. But you know what? I'm gonna bring it back to the Islanders. Speaking of Islanders and the way they talk, I once tried to explain, what the word fob is to my peers at work. And
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you can relate to that too. Some of them they
Mm-hmm.
think it's like a mythical creature, and I'm like, man, they're like, they thinking like it's a mythical creature, like a fobby unicorn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to school them. I'm like, nah, man, fresh off the boat. That's the acronym of what FOB is. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm proud of my roots, and that's what makes us unique, man. What you think, Queen?
Yes, fresh off the boat. They even have a comedy show out there now.
You're
Um,
right.
yeah, but yeah, a lot of people didn't know what FOB means, and we used to use that term a lot. You know, growing up in the States when our cousins or friends come straight from the islands,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we call them, fobs. Or I have people call me fob too. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, you're right. It's uh it's the acronym for fresh off the boat. And I love that comedy show that it's called Fresh Off the Boat. It's really
Yep.
good.
Yep. Them Asian actors, and that made me realize how ignorant I am because I thought
Mhm.
us Samoans,
We're the only ones using it.
yeah, or us Polynesians, oh, you
Hmm.
fob. Because I mean, we just, of course, we're only in our own circle. So how was I supposed to know back then? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, interesting thing about WEFOBZ. That's how they came with WEFOBZ. What was explained to me by Chief Lot was like, him and Guy So Smooth when they hit the founders of WEFOBZ. It was like, if you really think about it, Oos, we are all fobs. I mean, think about how the forefathers of America, how did they get to America? They came off the boat. So they fresh off the boat, Oos.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? What about the Native Americans? They didn't just, what I'm saying, out of nowhere appear here in this country. Nah. They rode up in the canoe. Same with Islanders. And I'm just like, whoa, gee, boy, you might have something there, Oos. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way we look at it. We files. What you think, Queen?
I like that thought.
Mm,
I didn't look at it that way, and just you explaining what they were saying. Yeah, basically everyone had to get somewhere, right?
yeah.
And back then was canoes, fresh off the boat. It's plain
Hello.
and simple. I like that explanation how they said it. And if you really look into it, we're all fobs.
Hello.
Every
Mm.
one of you listening, yes, we're fobs. If you disagree, okay, that's good, fine. But we fobs, we fob.
We five. You know what I'm saying? So be proud of it. If you being teased that you're a fob, man, be proud of it. Telling your daddy was a fob too. You
Like
know what I'm
that's
saying?
right, fresh off the boat. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, yo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And another one, is when we talk about Samoan family gathering, it's like a
Mm.
circus, you know what I'm saying? But without the elephants. You've got fathers who are Tama and mothers who are Tina fighting over the last or arguing about the whatever. It could be food, it could be the ministry, church. Because those are really the main things over there when it comes to Samoa, American Samoa. It's the politics of the village, it's the food, it's the religion, and then of course the kids. What do you think? You
Mm.
want to add anything on to that one too, Queen?
Yeah, food is food is everything. If you have a family gathering, you better not have no food at all because that's where the circus really begins. Or before you come into the house, you better have your shoes off because we don't wear shoes in the house,
Mm.
you know?
That's right. No shoes and
Mm.
you man. You remember back then? I remember there was a table, but a lot of times for us, the young ones, we had to sit on the floor, just like the
Right.
adults sat on the. Well,
Mhm.
our OGs they actually sat on the floor too, because it's
Yeah.
tradition, right? Sitting on the floor with the food.
But when they have guests, when you're in a when our elders were in America, all the young ones sat on the floor. But then I just saw some pictures too where I remember all of you guys were sitting on the floor. We just folded down some newspapers or whatever and make you guys sit on the floor. That's what I remember doing in California. But yeah, but like you said, I remember grandpa grandma too sitting on the floor with us eating. So
Man, just talking about them good old days, it reminds me of how we should be. I don't know if we're trying to teach our kids nowadays the way, because it definitely taught us a lot. It's especially for me growing up, it made me realize you know, you can survive without food, and there's actually a what do you call that? There's a structure. It starts from the head, which is the elders, and then the young adults, and who are married, and then of course then the youth. But the kids always had their separate food, because it was us. Like if you were in the age of, I want to say maybe well, you're old enough to understand how to, saka any kind of food, whether it's fa'i. Saka means like boiling outdoors. You start a fire and you boil hot water. You throw in whatever, it's either banana, taro, whatever the kind of stuff that we have at home to cook. I want to say the age of when it comes to the youth is maybe the age of 11, all the way to like maybe 18 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that age right there, especially when it comes to the boys, because the girls, remember, it's different, right? The girls will serve the food while the boys are doing the food cooking outdoors, right?
Right.
And then the boys will be the one. Remember how when they're done eating, we come up with a bowl of water, with a little
Yes.
bit of, and they wash their hand. Those were
Right.
cool stuff. I like those. It felt like royalty. You know what I mean? Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just our way, like clean hands. I'm like,
It's called
man,
the apafango.
yep, apple
You guys,
funnel.
you guys had to wait there until the elders are done eating.
Exactly.
Take their plate away, put it down, and make sure they wash their hands. Give them their towel, and then clear out the in front
Mm-hmm.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that practice is lost. But I know every time I go to my sister's house, we always get served that way. It's crazy. I just I just be like tripping, like, oh, okay. My sister's over here teaching her kids this, and they literally just stand there and wait. It reminded me of you guys too, us too, back in the
Mm-hmm.
days. But yeah, we have our little ways of doing things, and that's what like food brings everyone together, right?
Yep.
Whether you have a lot, whether you have a little. But I remember growing up, we always had food, either at the table, even though we sit on the floor or whatever. But we had breakfast together, we had lunch together, and we had dinner together. Our parents, our elders used to tell us, "Do not eat with your mouth full. You need to basically eat it in silence." No one can talk while they eat because they'll ask that questions. Where's your mouth to eat? Where's your mouth to whatever? And I'm just like, oh gosh, even get scolded by eating.
For real, the discipline. A lot of
Hmm.
things was it wasn't I want to say the explanation wasn't in depth, but it was good enough to where you understood once, okay, there was
Yeah.
no, like, you couldn't respond like how, and I'm not saying anything about this generation and that generation. I'm just talking
Hmm.
about back in them days, them good old days. They actually taught us in our age, and the reason why we move the way we move, it's just
Hmm.
those were good old times. Because I remember too. I don't know if it was in the family, because the family didn't have it that bad. Because of course, our aunties, their siblings, our parents' siblings, they loved us, so we were kind of somewhat like, yeah, a little bit of Samoan, but more of Americanized structure.
Hmm.
The kids, we all kind of like ate together. It was really just grandpa and grandma who got that, pedal stool. Everybody
Hmm.
else, our parents always wanted to make sure that we all eat, and
Yeah.
of course our food was different from the young adults. You know what I'm saying? And up.
Mhm.
But what I'm getting to is one of them experience that I had was when I was going to church, because we were part of the youth members. It was probably like maybe 90 of us youth, right, in that
Uh-huh.
age bracket that I mentioned earlier. And we were like, for the boys, and I'm just speaking on my own behalf for what I experienced. It sounds kind of weird, or made like yeah, it sounds weird now, but back then I enjoyed it because it was, to me, it just felt like it was the way of life.
Hmm.
We go in there, we serve the church members, of course, the pastor, the elders, yada yada yada. They're in the big old room. After all that's done, and the food everybody brings, it's a potluck,
Yeah.
so potluck style. A lot of times there's not enough food when it comes for us, the youth. So what we used to do was, man, it was nasty, but we would eat off of the leftovers of the adults. We'll just be happy if there's even like a little piece of chicken that hasn't been completely eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And we will like, kind of like collect that as we're grabbing the plates because we'll go in, like you said, the ipu fango, you know what I'm saying? We'll go out there with the bowls of water, wash, after they're done eating, because we're helping the girls out, taking the plates or whatever the food is. And then, of course, the drinks, walking around, going around at least twice or three times. Make sure people got their drinks, got their food, whatever extra food they want. Them greedy ass old adults, man, now that I think about it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even think about us kids. They just kept on whatever they want, the side dishes and stuff. And we
They got all the goods first.
Right, yeah.
The helpers who was us doing the fa'aus, we get leftovers.
Yeah,
and
we
what
get
you
all the
just
leftovers.
explained, what you just explained, that happened in the States too. After church.
Okay, so at the church, yeah, right.
Yeah. After Koha'i, all the deacons and the grown-ups, they all eat. We just take everything. And like you said, if there's not enough food, what the the ones who are always in the kitchen, the older
They'll
women,
always try to make something for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what they do is they'll bring the leftover and then they'll reheat it, and then we just eat off of it. It's like back then it didn't it was nothing, because we think of it, we're all one. We'll just eat. It's food. They didn't want to waste nothing.
Well, with technology nowadays, coronavirus.
I think about it too. I'm like, oh my goodness. But you know what? That made our immune system much more stronger.
You think so? I feel like, man, that's probably why we had a lot of families that had cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm talking about us young ones growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Playing in the dirt,
Yeah, we still alive, baby.
Even though I see, the parents tell you, go wash your hands. Some kids just go straight to eat while they're playing outside. They eat dirt with their food.
Oh,
but all the sickness is coming from, yes, it's the diet. It's everything that we've been eating. Well, you see how when they open up those canopy supos, I used to see one of the aunties just like eating the fat off of the beef supo, and I'm like, ew.
Hey.
I love beef supo, but I ain't gonna be grabbing the fa'i or kalo and then scoop the fat around the.
There, some of the listeners are like rebuking you right now, Queen. That's like, how dare you talk about the best part of the can? Shoot. That was out of pocket with the way our Samoan people, and it goes back to even the seafood. When like the fe'e, what is it, octopus? I'm not a big lover of those kind of food. Or
I don't like octopus.
What is the kui kui thing? The little like.
Okay, I like kui kui. Growing up, I didn't. Sea urchin.
Sea urchin. There you go, y'all.
Growing up, because we used to go sea urchin, go to the oceans and get them. Me and my dad.
Oh man, what about bakalolo? Go ahead, but before we talk about bakalolo, continue on what you were saying about you and Pops.
That was nasty. The sea urchins, you come cracking to eat it fresh right there at the fa'is. Now I love it. Now to the bakalolo, or no, the palolos. What is it? What is it?
I think it's bakalolo.
I think it's palolo.
I'm thinking about the weed.
Fucking stupid.
Shoot, I don't even know. Somebody correct us, y'all. My bad. Shoot.
I think it's palolo.
Palolo, yeah.
I wouldn't even try it. I'm not even gonna try it, even to this day. Everybody keeps saying it's good, but it looked nasty. And when I was in Manua the first time, dude, it was fun. Let's go palolo. So we stayed up all night building our little nets with the cousins. And then went to the ocean. I was like, okay, what we're doing? They're like, oh, dude, all of a sudden you feel all some nasty stuff crawling on your leg. And I see all the villagers just eating it off the ocean. I was like, oh, I'm out of here. That's why I never bothered to try it. Because it's just, I experienced it. It was fun, but nah.
It was fun going to go fish for it, huh?
Yeah.
You just stand there early in the morning with the folks. They made it look, because it's a seasonal thing, right?
But it was fun though.
The whole island goes out there and they hype it all up. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, ew, y'all just looking for some worm? It's
Yeah.
basically worm, y'all. It's worm. I don't know how to say it in English, y'all, but it's like little purple worm, maybe purple or pink or whatever. But
Mm.
yeah, man.
I was gonna ask if you like, but obviously you never tried it yourself.
No, like I said, if I don't even like octopus or even sea
Mm.
urchin, I wasn't a big fan of seafood. You know what I'm saying? Those particular ones. I mean, I like fish that are cooked, and then what is it like
You do shrimp,
lobster,
lobster.
shrimp, those basic.
Mm.
But besides those, yeah, the other ones, yeah, I'm cool.
It's crazy. The pololo, you know how you fish for free. I guess people don't like doing pololo anymore. They're selling it for like $50, $100
And
for a
people
lot of
buy them.
money. Yeah, people buy them. I guess
It's,
you could say it's a delicacy now over
it's a
there.
delicacy, right? It's something that it lasts a while too, because it's not only that they eat it for food. Well, it is for food, but I don't know. I don't know who came up with that idea. That's interesting, right? Because it's kind
Mhm.
of like the Filipinos with the that raw egg, but there's a bird inside. I forgot what they call it.
A
What?
loop,
Yeah,
a
how
loop.
to eat the loop. Yeah, have you tried that?
Hell no, I'm not even gonna try it. My
Yeah,
friends would be trying to make me try different things, but I'm like, no, not that.
yeah. I feel
Sorry.
bad when other people like bash on other people's nationality
Hmm.
with their food. You know what I'm saying? Like the loop. I remember one time I went to work. Right, this is my early 20s, and I showed up to work with some spam, fried spam, rice, and some eggs.
Hmm.
And when I pulled it out, and then what I'm saying, my coworkers were like, "Ew, spam, spam." I felt some type of way, but I'm just like, yeah, it's delicious. I still held my ground.
Yeah.
But I just remember those times, like how people just bash on other people's cultures.
Or what about when you bring in maybe kimchi with your chicken,
Oh
rice, you bring
man.
they like, "Take that shit out, hella stinks."
Mm.
Or you bring in, pikaki. I love pikaki. So I be taking me some pikaki to work. But out of respect, I won't warm it up or in the main room because, of course the odor is not good. People don't like it, but to us that love pikaki, it smells great.
Hmm.
It's only mackerel, guys. Mackerel in a can.
Exactly. It's just the difference, you know what I'm saying? Just the
Mhm.
difference of nationalities and their food and stuff like that. But man, them good old days. But yeah, so let me tell you, no matter where you go, Samoan moms have superpowers. What do you think
Amen.
about that? You know what I'm saying? They can spot a speck of dirt from miles away. Remember that when they come home?
Mhm.
Like they said, did you clean up the house? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes us boys, it was really just us boys in my household. Well, with your brothers, with your brother. Because there was like at least 10 or plus boys, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My mom was like, did y'all clean up the house? We're like, yeah, we did. And they always find them little dirts all around the house. And I'm like, dang. And they also clean better. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm an adult and I'm like looking at the way things are done, because the way my mom raised me, my kids are doing the same thing. And I'm like, wow, how women can just, like X-ray vision superhero can just tell when you haven't really cleaned the house, even like the toilet, because my wife makes a big deal like, you didn't clean the toilet. See, my understanding was before was, when you clean the toilet, you clean the inside, and that's it. I didn't realize that you're supposed to spray the outside, to disinfect, and then also wipe on the outer parts, right, the floor side, because there's like the urine dries, right? I didn't know none of
Yes.
that stuff. I just now today I'm now years old start realizing because my wife be like, yeah, he never cleans the toilet. And I'm like, what you talking about? I always clean, throw some bleach or Pine Sol. But now,
Mhm.
y'all, you're supposed to scrub the inside too. And then I'm like, damn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why you guys your cleaning is different, way different from not only women, but different people have their own ways of cleaning.
Mm.
Yes, yes, Puni Moa. If you're gonna clean the toilet, you better clean every single part of it and what's standing on it.
Right? Oof. It's hella
Mhm.
nasty, y'all.
And
Boys.
after you're done,
Mm.
and then you spray it down to sanitize it, then you're done.
I know. That still seems like a lot of work. Imagine we just do it all at one time. When you use the bathroom, you wipe down, flush away. You ain't got to deal with it. But you know that ain't never going to happen because the toilet is there for a reason. Just to go get the nasty out and move on.
That's why you got to clean it once a week at least. If you're not going to do it every day after you do your business. So once a week just to keep it a little sanitized and so you don't have to worry about your toilet turning all brown and stuff, all nasty looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband, he's very particular with the way he cleans, so.
Yeah, me too. But when you have kids, thank God that they're older now because they do a lot of them chores, them dirty chores.
Yeah, moms are super moms, superhuman, superpowers.
This podcast is brought to you by wefobz.io. You can find our WeFobz Nation store there, along with things that are best sellers to WeFobz Nation members. Don't forget to check out our podcast section for all WeFobz podcasts. WeFobz is where we keep it entertaining and educational. WeFobz!
Oh, what about this, Puni? Dating a Samoan. That could be a real adventure. So basically, think about this. You got to go through a whole interrogation process before you even get a chance to hold hands or even to hug each other or ride the bus together. Because, Samoa, we all know it's a small island. A small, islands here. We got a lot of different islands, but they're small. And it's very small. That's why you got to sit there and interrogate who you're about to court because you want to know if you're related or not,
Bingo!
You know what I did before I started dating my guy?
Oh,
I called my mom. I said, Mom, I did ask for the family and also I did everything. That's why I'm laughing with this. And I know you probably did too. I said, Mom, this is the family name. So I made sure I asked him all of his family name. And then she was like, nope. Okay, you're good. She did exactly that, Pootie.
Wow, that's crazy.
I remember growing up, she always told us, before you start dating someone, you better call me and let me know the family names. Because she's trying to, So my mom was coaching us, teaching us that as we were growing up. So I picked up the phone and called my mom and said, hey, Mom, this guy's family is from here, village here. And then if the last name sounds familiar, she's like, okay, what village is that name from? And then I'll explain it to her. She's like, okay, you're good to go. Boom. I shit you not. That's how it went down with us and our mom.
Man, now Mom was drilling you on that because she messed up back in them times.
Well, that's how it was so damn small. Shit. You don't know if the family's not only if you're related. Here's another thing. If family has a feud.
Oh, damn. And then you find out that it's the family. Like, they have a feud, right? Mm-hmm. And then you go up. You go with your parents, right? You think it's about to go down. And then all of a sudden you hear your mom or your dad be like, Charlie, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, basically say like, that's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, I'm on there.
Even my dad told me, you better not marry anyone from Manua.
Oh, y'all. Queen is on point on that one, man. There's a saying that goes around, especially the Islanders, people from Samoa, especially us Manukans, man.
Right.
We meet somebody and they're from Manua, in Kukuwila, American Samoa, the capital of American Samoa. They used to tease us when we were young. Oh, y'all think y'all related? Nah, man, that's a fact, baby. Not really related. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter you from Ka'u, Ofu, man,
Osega, right?
You name it. There is a connection, y'all.
All you Manukans are related. That's why my daddy said, don't you dare marry a Manua.
Queen, that's why, my ignorant ass back then, I didn't give a damn. I just shot first and then asked later. You know what I'm saying? Shoot first, ask later. Man, my poor mom, rest in peace, Mom, I love you. She used to get mad at my dad, and my dad just started laughing, cracking up. And now I get it that I'm a dad now too, just looking at my sons, and they're like, Dad, what about you? And I'm just like, go ahead, son, have fun. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock the kids.
Nah, you can't.
You can't knock them.
That's why it's important to have family reunions so people can know, their roots and stuff. Which leads us. You have anything else you want to say about this family interrogation? I mean,
Oh
dating
man.
interrogation?
No, because it covers it all. That's what we call makaifale, yo.
So when
Oh,
we end this part, make sure you ask questions. Ask
Mm.
the right questions. And don't be like Puni Moa where you just shoot first and then ask later.
Shoot, we're telling our sons that they need to go marry like a Tongan, a Fijian, and New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? But even that too. I mean, we've been all over the world like coronavirus, baby. So
So it leads us to once you lock that date in, lock that person in, where do you go? You start going on dates. And then you go to a restaurant. Food. The moment you appreciate our island food. What are your thoughts about our Samoan cuisine on another level? How people take our dishes, our own, us, and then we just enhance it. Because back then, our parents, and some of them still like it this way, or even some of the people in our generation, salt and pepper, same and simple. I mean, plain and simple.
Yes.
But then when you introduce your friends to these dishes, like balsami, how did your friend take it? Did you ever introduce balsami to one of your friends?
Yes, yeah. The crazy thing about it is it's always like a 10 over 10. It's a taste that they never experienced or taste before. So that's one thing I take pride of is our Samoan dish. And I'm starting to see a lot of those on TikTok too. Different nationality promoting our food. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And that's why, I always promote like, man, if you want to put on weight, just go visit any Samoan channel when it comes to food. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you're right, Queen. Shoot, how we enhanced it. Like back home, like balsami, right?
Yeah.
Balsami is really just coconut milk with taro leaf. That's the original way, right? And then, like you said, the American with the salt and some they put pepper in, but a lot of them only just salt and onions.
Yes.
That's really the traditional way. And then, fast forward, we innovate fusion, and now we're using a whole bunch of like seasoning in there that throws it. Like, could you say that because I feel like Tongans are the ones that brought the pisupo that added to the flavor of the balsami. Now they call it fauci.
It's lu. So they call it lu. So
luau,
if they
right?
yeah.
Luau. Yep.
Yeah, I remember having the first where we call it balsami. They call it lu. They'll say lu pisupo or whatever, lu mamoy.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That's the first time I had it because in Samoa, it was always just coconut milk, nothing else, and we loved it like that.
Sure, we loved it like that, but man, with that pisupo, the enhancing it, I think somebody even did like a lamb. You know what I'm saying?
They sell it out here now. It's balsami with now at the stores here. It's balsami with pisupo, balsami with mamoy. You add whatever you want in there.
Yeah, mamoy is lamb, y'all. Balsami is basically what I just said earlier. It's a coconut. Taro leaf, and then coconut milk. That's the main ingredients. Everything else you want to add to it. Heck, if you're Korean and you want some bulgogi in there, shoot, I bet you that'll be fire too. You know what I'm saying? Throw some bulgogi in that and heat that up. Yeah, man.
To be creative, that's why the whole infusion. Just add different things from different, or just keep it simple.
Ooh, I'm getting hungry now.
Food is the way to a man or a woman's tummy. Oh, heart.
Oh man. Ooh, you ain't lying, Queen.
I know. I'm getting hungry too, just talking about this.
Yummy. What else we got going on?
Staying on our topic of us being Samoan means we have a wealth of fascinating traditions passed through generations, right?
Tell them. Hello.
But some of them could be hella funny, hilarious. Well, let's start with the Taupou traditional female dancer.
What about it? Tell me.
The selection process. It's like a beauty pageant mixed with an ancient ritual.
Ooh, you ain't even lying.
And then Uncle Billy always has something to say about it.
There's always that one that bitches about it. Yeah, you're right about that. Always complain. Be like, and there's all the man there. Like trying to be like, not even uncle, even aunties does the same thing too. You know what I'm saying?
I think the aunties are kind of the worst ones when they start going at it.
Trying to correct everything. It's kind of like what do they call that? It's really like, you're right, Queen. It's like a freaking pageant show with an ancient ritual of like the White House. You got the Democrats and the Republican. One says this, the other one disagrees. You know, wow, you're right about that.
It's the poor selection, the poor ladies, young ladies that they're talking about, just standing there and taking all the gruesome remarks. And it's sad because we're so used to it. You know, those words could be very hurtful from our elders and, I mean, all the uncles and aunties, but it's sad that we're immune to it because we're so used to them speaking that way. You know, growing up and just hearing all those, you know, Auleanga, I'm a lazy. I was like, oh gosh.
Man, brutal. Auleanga means ugly. You ugly. Get somebody else. Come on, move along.
If I see a puka, you know, you're kind of chubby, you know. I was like, oh my goodness. Speaking of chubby, you know how when you haven't seen your auntie and uncles in a long, especially your aunties, Oka, you know, Oka ya queen, Oka se la pot. What I just said, my auntie said, oh my goodness, look at you. You are so fat.
And they say that with a smile, and you could just like, oh, come on, auntie.
And just give you a big old hug and a kiss.
You can't even be mad at them, you know.
You can't. Because that's their way of showing the love.
Man, but let's get back to that the pageant, Queen. That you're right about that because them poor Taupous. Taupou, how do you say that in English? I guess what, little princess, diamond in the rough, I guess for the family, right? The Taupou is like the beauty of the family that represents the beauty of the family, I guess.
It's well, the Taupou, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. I know not only is about the, you know, the looks, but it's actually about representing the high chief of the village. You know, so but I gotta do more of my own research. I don't like to talk too much about that because it is a sacred thing. But then you have people, like we said, they do argue over, you know, who they want, all because of the looks. And like you said, I mean, you explain. We talked about it. It's like a little pageant going on there. It's like they're already voting right there before everyone's, you know, shows up. The poor ladies trying to pick out the girls.
Yeah, yep. And don't damn us, guys, because, you know, we just speaking from our own experience of what we witnessed. Because every wedding, every birthday that are 60 years and plus, we're going to have a selected female of our family that's going to be the Taupou, that will be the one dancing. Now, it depends on the family members, you know what I'm saying? For me and Queen, you know, with our mom and her dad being siblings, there's about 12 of them. So it all depends who's there, who's the alpha, who has the most money to spend. They get to call out that their daughter's going to represent the dance.
Or just to be fair, they just grab the youngest one.
It's always the youngest one for our family, huh?
Yeah,
and them poor girls.
The
they're like, it's like, oh, it's my time to shine.
Yes. And you get up there and the DJ plays a sucky song.
Oh, but you know what, Queen? Because you've been a Taupou too. Like, so, you know, let our listeners know from a female perspective. I mean, do you look forward to be the one to be picked to be the Taupou, Queen? I mean,
hell no, Puni Moa. Hell no. I don't like dancing like that in front of yeah, I don't like doing that kind of stuff because I remember my mom had us do it for you know how they have those family nights in the local Ikis.
In the local church.
Yeah, we grew up with a lot of it. So, you know, I like to dance, but I don't like to do a couple dance. So when my mom selected me to go dance, tell me why I did. I started off with not even 2 seconds, just waving my hands. And then all of a sudden, I just started dancing like I was on, you know, at a school dance or something.
Yeah, like did a little bit of break dance, did a little bit of word, like the whole moving of the waving of the hand. Yeah, I got it.
That's exactly what I did, Puni Moa. And my mom just looked at me
Oh
and she's
yeah,
like, "Oh my gosh."
furious with just like you're a disappointment.
You know, my mom's a great dancer, and she just looked
Mm.
at me, and I'm like, "Sorry, mom, should have never picked me."
Damn, it's like what's that Netflix? What's the one with Sandra Bullock? I think it was Sandra Bullock, who she was like the back
Oh,
then.
the undercover pageant.
Not that one. There was a recent one where she's like, I think it was Sandra Bullock, and then her daughter was like heavy set, and you know she was like the pageant queen. I forgot what it's called, but
Yes,
you know,
yes,
like she's
yeah,
like, "What's wrong with you?" And the daughter's being rebellious because she didn't
yes.
like the whole pageant
I don't know
stuff.
what the movie is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me when you said that. Now you have sisters. Did any of your sisters like that part to be Taupous? Like, if you can recall.
No, we're all the same. No.
Oh wow, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
no. What
Mm.
about you? You
Well,
guys?
I know for my sister, yeah. From a court. Well, I don't know how you'll have to ask her, but I feel like she enjoyed it. You know, my sister, and then my niece. You know, the oldest one in our family. I
Yes.
know that she loves to do it too. But then again, I don't know. I could be wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I do know that a lot of females that I know of, they do like that. They enjoy that part because it's one of them things where it's your time to shine. You know what I'm saying? All the attention's on you. You know, and it's kind of like it's a family pride too. You know,
Yeah.
especially those are great stuff because
Mhm.
it's cool. But that's what came to mind. But what
Okay.
about the pageants? The Fafa Finger ones? I think they have like one of the best things going on.
Oh, they go all out, man. They
Shoot.
always put on a good show, you know, and I love watching it because not only it's entertaining, but they really put their hearts in it, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. If you guys want to, for our listeners, what me and Queen is talking about, Fafa Finger, they're in English drag queens. And then, man, they put on a show because they got a show out there in Tacoma, right? That they do every year.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think I forgot what the group is called. I'm going blank on this, but yeah, they have one out here.
Yep, and they go all out. And you know, speaking of them, this is like off topic. I feel like that drag queens and gay people, they are the frontiers or the front or when it comes to designing clothes in the whole world. I feel like they are accountable of what makes all this fashion thing goes around the world. I mean, could I just from what I'm seeing from a lot of brand names, you know, and I just feel like these you know, I just want to give them their flowers on our platform because I feel like they play such a important role in our society. You know, because yeah, a lot of fashion is from them because they're bold. They got that female and a male mix in them, and they're able to just create beauty when it comes to clothing.
All right. Well, let's see. You know that a lot of people have superstitions, right? Superstitions. Samoans, we are notorious for that.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Especially when you go to the islands back. Oh my gosh. So one of the examples, let's just say about walking under ladders, crossing paths with a black cat. You're just driving and the black cat just cross. They say someone's gonna die or something, you know.
Mm.
And then even sneezing 3 times in a row.
Or even
So
the ear, or even your ear being hot. Like, oh, somebody's talking shit about me. When your
or
ear's
like
hot.
or like the ones who love to go bingo or gamble, their wrist or their palm gets itchy, and all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, I feel lucky tonight. I should go to bingo. I should go play a machine. My
And what
hand
about
is itchy."
what about the one? What about the ones? Damn, hold on.
Oh my
That
God,
sounds more of like an excuse, right?
it sounds like an excuse, but that's all I heard growing up, dude.
And then what
Or
about?
this one is stupid. Well, swallow mulia. Who's talking about me?
Oh yeah. Well, your ass is itchy. When your ass is itchy, Samoan people believe that somebody's talking shit about them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
And then
goodness.
what about when you broom at night? Like you shouldn't be brooming
Oh
at night.
yeah. You shouldn't be doing that.
Mm.
or you should open an umbrella indoors.
Oh, damn! You giving me chills right now, cuz. I
Or
remember. Go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. You on
no.
fire? Go ahead.
Cover your mirror at night when you sleep.
Mm.
I mean, it's
Now,
just a lot of things.
listeners, as you can see, Queen has so much experience because she lived in Manua, where it's like it's hell like
For
superstition
1
shit.
year. And I get all well. Remember, we used to visit back then. We used to come visit you guys and go to Manua, but so many
Mm.
things. Like in Manua, you couldn't wear your hair down.
Yeah,
My
well,
grandpa,
you.
grandpa used to say, "You better put your hair up, and here's your Samoan oil. You better come rub yourself the oil before you start walking around."
Now, with the hair down, is that only in cars or just period? You shouldn't be walking around in the village with your hair down.
Walking around in the village.
Ooh, and even when you're in the car riding, because remember, Samoa, we have a lot of pickup trucks, and everybody gets to ride in the pickup truck. Now, to our listeners, don't be rattled because Samoa, the fastest speed limit you can go is 25 miles per hour, and that's the whole nation of Samoa. Like,
25 or below.
yeah, so ain't nobody gonna fall off the truck. Trust me.
And it's frustrating when you're driving out there, guys. So just prepare
Ooh.
yourself.
Hmm.
25 or get ready to drive 10 miles per hour the way traffic is out there.
Speaking of superstitions, even like you heard the one when, and this is in Manua. This is our cousin telling me about the giants. Like, there used to be giants back in Manua that would walk around and stuff.
Giants, spirits, ghosts.
Yeah, what about the waterfall? You know, you hear those horror stories, like you don't want to go in the waterfall at a certain time or by yourself because somebody's waiting in the back there. It's every waterfall has its own story, and I'm just like, come on, y'all. I was scared as hell. Like I think I was more scared of Samoan superstitions than actually watching horror movies.
Yeah, and I witnessed people getting possessed. So I'm just like, I hate talking about it because you witness it. That's why they say, you better be careful going to Manua with all those ghosts. You better know somebody from Manua when you go there. I mean, that's the whole saying.
Yo, what about the worst of all the worst, Ma'aiku?
That's what I'm saying. I saw someone get possessed. Ma'iku, yeah. That's crazy.
That's what Ma'aiku means in English, possessed.
Possessed by spirit. All right, let's move on to a different. Let's talk about something more positive. We went from superstitions to some ghost stories, but I'm not going to tell y'all some ghost stories because
let's move
I
along.
did see some.
Let's
talk about our famous Ava ceremony.
Tell them.
So, what is an Ava ceremony, right? Samoans, what we do, Ava ceremony is when someone comes visit you as a group or whatever, island or here, it's a welcome with a ritual, right?
Yes.
So that's where, our Samoans, when the Ava bowl comes out, it's the official signal that the fun is about to begin. But let me tell you, that crap is nasty. It looks like dirt. And if you don't grind it right, it dirt in your mouth, but it's Ava is a root, right?
It's a root.
So, but guys, it is like drinking liquid bitterness. Have you sat around and drank this Ava? So, have you ever made Ava before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I don't like it.
All that tradition. I know Tongan are more, they're heavy on that, right? Samoans were not too much of it, right? I think Samoans were more adapted in the American way of just actual beer. But yeah, when we're talking about Ava, yeah, and then, Ava, Kava, everywhere in the Pacific Island has their own way, but it's the same root. Same kind of root. And yeah, when you mix it up, yeah. To me, I want to say like it's I can't explain the taste, y'all. Like shoot, I haven't had Ava in such a long time.
And Ava just makes you numb.
Yeah,
just makes your body relax.
But it also like I remember not me, but I just remember as a kid, the carpenters, the one that would come and build your house and stuff. Or even like the Basi the gates that gated. The gate is basically stone gate walls and stuff. It's just a lot of labor intense work. They will use that ava as a kind of like a way to keep them going. Like Queen said, it numbs you. So it really helps them as they're working and just taking sips off of that. And then, they end the night by just drinking all night. But yeah, man, ava, whew, it's one of the things that's never going to go away. Go ahead.
It's never going to go away. So, you have anything else you want to say about ava?
Nope.
So, ava, imagine now you go into trying to go and perform a traditional Samoan dance.
While you're intoxicated with the ava?
The Siva. So, every family event turns into a dance competition.
Oh, man. I remember that in Reno. We had that in Reno. But I also remember in Moa, Queen, you know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, the village themselves, with the DJ system or the live band, that was hella tight.
Oh, yeah. It's all the crack. It's just like you have your own soul train going on.
Yeah.
People just out there doing their dances, just having a good time. And you get all the aunties and uncles out there, and all of a sudden you see a competition going. Dancing with the stars.
Dancing with the stars, y'all. That's where a whole lot of cheating comes in, too.
Stupid. That's when your ava or your beard goggles be coming on.
But all the little villagers or the family members, I'm like, damn, they just going crazy. Yeah, but that's what it does, because remember, damn, could you say that we were like, I want to say your generation was some bad example to us younger ones, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all used to we all drink together and have us, the young ones, start doing some dance moves. we were basically the entertainers of these.
Hey, you had a choice. All we asked was, hey, go dance for us.
Nah.
You guys did not hesitate to go dance.
For real, we didn't have social media back then, y'all, so we didn't know any better. That was our way of passage. Like, oh, yeah, they're inviting us to hang out with the OGs. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go do this.
For real.
You all did not hesitate. Y'all was like, okay.
I know. I ain't going to lie, though, because we was in our 20s, too, so I can't front. But you know what, though? The funny thing about it is we all can be acting like we're so cool with our girls over there. But once y'all be like, hey, go bust a move. Let's go. Hey, check me out. You're right. It's time to shine, baby. It's time to shine.
Especially if we have outside family members.
Oh, yeah.
No family members there. I mean, friends. I'm like, these guys are cheeky as hell.
Oh, yeah. When y'all be bringing their girlfriends over and stuff like that. Hell yeah. That's when we get our moves on. We're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. That's the Samoan way. At least for us boys on our family side. Like, oh, man, if we can dance, you know what I'm saying? That's a way to put on game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
It all depends what mood everybody's in.
Until the girl realize that you're a couch warrior, then your ass is him.
Trying to look all cute that evening, but the next day, regrets start coming in.
It's like you're 25, you staying at home with your mom? No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Them good old days, baby.
So, we're going into our Samoan party. We were just talking about that, how when the kava just hits right, everybody becomes.
Yeah. But, for us, Queen, it was MGD. It was MGD and Jaeger bombs. That's what us in Reno. But you know what? I'm sorry. Before we continue, it just reminded me. I remember, right? I remember when my time was coming to an end, when the nephews were starting to dance better than me.
Bruh. And the nephews were very, very young.
We're very young, y'all. This is how stupid we was. Like this is the bad thing about being influenced under the influence of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? You trying to compete with your nephew, dog.
I think I have that part on camera. Oh no.
Oh man. You know what? When I'm starting to hate, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all cheering up my nephew? Oh hell no, man. I'm not used to this. Taking out my spotlight. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause Queen can know. Queen knows. I was the dance. Puni Moa was the spotlight man for dancing and singing. And then the young ones, they even got better voices, better moves.
And that's what I wanted to bring up next.
Oh,
is when people are intoxicated, all of a sudden they become a professional singer.
Tell them.
Even the shyest of our family members transform into superstar performers.
Damn, what? The power of alcohol, y'all. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
You never truly experience karaoke until you've seen Samoans sing their hearts out.
And it was always the same old melody. There's the couple ones, there's a duet, and there's a single one. But man, there was that one famous one, Queen. I know you know, especially in Washington, y'all still be doing that shit. There's a duet. Oh man, Samoa.
Islands in the Stream?
Islands in
by
the
Kenny Rogers. You ain't lying. People still sing that.
Shoot, man. That's that, yeah. Islands in the Street. There's another one, man. I'm telling you, y'all. It's the same vibe. Like you youngsters in your 20s, if you doing karaoke, you think you sang that? Nah, man. Puni Moa did that, but guess what? Somebody before me did that too. It ain't new. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
old school, baby.
Old school. Everyone sings the same karaoke song. Or when what's really cool too is when the Samoan old school Samoan songs come on.
Oh, and the whole crowd.
Yeah, the whole crowd sings it. You know.
Damn. You know they did that. You seen that YouTube? It's a while back when the soldiers did it too.
Yes.
That was hell of a time, man. That's just. And then you see like at a football, like the university, when there's a lot of islanders, you see them doing it too. Yeah, that chant is such a beautiful thing. The pride that we have as a little islands, man. It's cool. I love it.
Yep.
These are some great topics there, cuz. Some great topics. I mean, do you think we already hit an hour? Because maybe we should end and continue on next time.
Yeah, we hit a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Any shout outs?
Want to give a shout out to all our listeners. Thank you for being very faithful and listening to us all every time. And to the WEFOBZ Nation. And to my brother here, Puni Moa. And then also Gababs. We're still waiting on you to come on board. She's just been very busy. Yeah. Gababs. And everyone have a wonderful and blessed day, evening, morning, wherever you are while you're listening at this. We appreciate you guys. See ya.
There you go. Queen said it all. And I'm your boy, Puni Moa.
And I'm your queen.
Cheers.